7 worst places to live in Ayrshire. Ayrshire is known for its dramatic coastline, warm-hearted locals, and scenic countryside. But even the most picturesque regions have areas that struggle behind the scenes. In this video, we explore the 7 worst places to live in Ayrshire, using verified statistics from the Scottish Index of Multiple Deprivation, SIMD. From forgotten neighbourhoods to towns still recovering from industrial decline, this ranking isn't meant to shame, it's meant to inform. Every place has potential, but some face bigger hurdles than others. So, let's explore the Ayrshire town rankings, one neighbourhood at a time. 7. Pennyburn, Kilwinning, North Ayrshire. Kilwinning, often appreciated for its railway links and medieval heritage, appears on the surface to be a decent place to live. But within this town lies Pennyburn, a neighbourhood that consistently shows up in deprivation data. According to the SIMD, Pennyburn ranks in the top 15% of Scotland's most deprived areas, with persistent challenges in income, education, and health. Residents here face limited access to high-quality education, and job opportunities remain scarce for many, especially young people. The housing stock includes large amounts of dated social housing, and, although some properties have been modernised, much remains to be done. There's also a lack of recreational infrastructure, meaning fewer safe spaces for children and teenagers. Despite this, Pennyburn is home to many families doing their best, supported by community hubs and local volunteers. There's hope that targeted local investment could shift this area upward in the Ayrshire town rankings, but for now, it's one of the worst places to live in Ayrshire. 6. Village core, Muirkirk, East Ayrshire. Tucked away in rural East Ayrshire, Muirkirk is a village rich in history, but still haunted by the collapse of its mining industry. The village core ranks among the bottom 20% in the SIMD, reflecting ongoing issues such as social isolation, inadequate public services, and minimal local employment. This area lacks high-speed transport links, making it difficult for residents to commute for work. The digital infrastructure is improving, but not quickly enough to support remote job growth or attract new businesses. The elderly population here is especially vulnerable, with limited access to regular healthcare and social support. Despite all this, Muirkirk has a strong sense of pride. Locals regularly organise events that celebrate its industrial heritage and beautiful natural surroundings. However, without renewed public investment and economic opportunity, the village core remains among the worst places to live in Ayrshire, especially for those who depend on local resources. 5. Netherthird and Craigens, Cumnock, East Ayrshire. The Netherthird and Craigens neighbourhoods of Cumnock are reflective of a broader trend across post-industrial Scotland. Communities with rich histories that have struggled to reinvent themselves. These two areas rank in the bottom 20% of SIMD zones, grappling with youth unemployment, low household income, and under-resourced public services. Local schools face high pupil-to-teacher ratios, and extracurricular programs are limited. For families without access to a car, getting to better job markets can be difficult, further cementing economic hardship. Despite these conditions, Cumnock continues to host local events and has a strong community ethos. What makes Netherthird and Craigens particularly vulnerable is the slow pace of economic diversification. Many people remain reliant on benefits, and without stronger public-private initiatives, meaningful change is slow to come. Until then, these neighbourhoods will continue to rank among the worst places to live in Ayrshire. 4. Hayocks, Stevenston, North Ayrshire. Part of the larger 3 towns cluster, Ardrossan, Saltcoats, and Stevenston. Hayocks is often forgotten in discussions about Ayrshire's regeneration efforts. Yet, the SIMD shows that Hayocks is in the top 15% of Scotland's most deprived areas, struggling with high unemployment, and low levels of academic achievement. While Stevenston enjoys beach access and has decent rail links to Glasgow, Hayocks lacks many of the amenities that other parts of the town benefit from. Community centres have faced cuts, and playgrounds are in need of repair. Residents have also reported that some public spaces feel unsafe, especially after dark. Nonetheless, Hayocks has a fighting spirit. Small grassroots groups work tirelessly to provide support and create opportunities, but they can only do so much without structural support. As it stands, Hayocks continues to feature in Ayrshire town rankings for deprivation and remains one of the worst places to live in Ayrshire. 3. Ardrossan Central and Castle Hill, Ardrossan, North Ayrshire. Ardrossan, with its scenic harbour and ferry routes, is one of North Ayrshire's better-known towns. But beneath its postcard image lie stark contrasts. Central Ardrossan and Castle Hill are two neighbourhoods that rank among the most deprived in Scotland, particularly in terms of health inequalities, income support and long-term unemployment. A concerning number of working-age adults in these areas, close to 30%, depend on sickness-related benefits. There is a visible lack of investment in public housing, and many buildings are in disrepair. Youth activities are scarce, and antisocial behaviour remains a concern. What's particularly disheartening is how close these areas are to parts of Ardrossan that are undergoing improvement. Yet the benefits of regeneration seem to stop just short of Central and Castle Hill. Until this gap is addressed, these zones will remain among the worst places to live in Ayrshire, despite being part of a town with untapped potential. 2. East Auchinleck, East Ayrshire. The town of Auchinleck, once a coal mining powerhouse, is still trying to find its footing decades after the industry's collapse. East Auchinleck in particular scores poorly across multiple deprivation indicators including employment, health outcomes and crime rates, placing it in the bottom 15% of CIMD zones. The area lacks quality housing, has poor access to modern retail or leisure facilities, and many of the roads and pavements are in need of repair. For families raising children here, there's limited access to youth clubs, libraries, or local mentorship programs. That said, the community remains strong, and several local leaders continue to push for better conditions. If East Auchinleck is to rise in future Ayrshire town rankings, investment must go beyond cosmetic upgrades and address the root causes of decline. For now, it remains one of the worst places to live in Ayrshire. 1. Central Saltcoats, North Ayrshire. Taking the top spot is Central Saltcoats, a neighbourhood that combines natural beauty with some of the most difficult living conditions in the region. Although Saltcoats boasts stunning coastal views and a proud local culture, its central area is ranked as one of the most deprived zones in Scotland. Residents face high levels of poverty, low life expectancy, and limited access to health and social services. Many shops in the town centre have closed, giving parts of it a desolate feel. Young people often leave as soon as they're able, citing the lack of opportunities and facilities. Despite all this, Saltcoats is far from giving up. The local community is active and vocal, advocating for real change. New housing projects have been proposed, and a handful of local businesses are trying to revive the town centre. But the road to recovery is long, and Central Saltcoats remains, by all key indicators, the worst place to live in Ayrshire today. Ayrshire is full of beauty and character, but some areas are still catching up. The worst places to live in Ayrshire aren't bad because of their people. They're struggling because of decades of economic change, underinvestment, and regional imbalance. But with continued attention and support, even the most deprived areas can turn the corner. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification.